Welcome to the podcast where my guests and I talk about anything and everything from sports, relationships, politics, movies to TV shows, current events, and conspiracy theories. No topic is ever off limits, and it's always uncensored. I'm Ben Borges, and this is Man Chatter. Yep, no, there it is. It's recording now. Alright, motherfuckers, we back, man. This one might have some cameos with my dog that's hanging out right here. You know, he always likes to make a little cameo because he always likes and needs constant attention, man. So yeah, so this is a new way I'm recording this shit. I'm, constantly trying to learn, see what works for me, because I realize I'm kind of computerly challenged at times with shit. Like, it doesn't really make sense because I grew up with it. I've been playing with computers since like Oregon Trail or whatever. So yeah, man, last couple nights have been kind of rough sleeping just because of that whole thing with the guy that popped up at my house when I wasn't here. It's kind of a little bit unnerving, man. Like, it's not like it would have, even if it was me sitting at the house, it would have been weird for me. Like, who the fuck is this? Like, again, nobody comes to my house unless they know exactly where I live. So it was just really weird and strange, man. It made me feel better that I got guns in the house. But it made me realize that I need to show my wife how to use a gun. I would have felt more at ease. So yeah, man. So any noise I heard the last couple of nights, I'm like alert and fucking thinking what the hell's going on. It's most of the time it's gonna be like our cat that's getting in the shit, or Drax right here, moving around in his bed and shit like that, man. But yeah, sound like a hype, man. So what's the latest? Obviously, this video is gonna have, if you're watching this on YouTube, you're gonna see the upcoming scenes. Some of the stuff I'm gonna be recapping what I talked about on the last episode, because I didn't realize how fucking stacked this UFC card is gonna be. But yeah, man. So one of my neighbors that listens to the podcast, shout out to my boy. I can't say boy because he's like, I'm gonna go with like 25 to 30 years older than me. One of my neighbors, Dwayne, he's been hitting me up about internet because, we live out in the sticks. So I've been trying to figure out a faster speed. And this guy got faster speed than me now. So congratulations to him. I told him to slow down on the internet surfing because he doesn't know what to do with all those megabytes now. He's the one that makes cameos sometimes on the podcast unknowingly because he's shooting in his backyard. It's actually pretty cool. Like, it's just also weird though, because like I hear more gunshots now in the country than I ever did in the city. Like a couple weeks ago, there were some people like shooting and blowing some shit up on the other side of my house, and we both thought it was him. Like, he thought it was me, and I thought it was him. But I ended up calling the cops on that shit. It was weird. I ended up calling the cops on that because anytime I see any strange people, man, and these were like young kids that were like walking around the property. And I felt weird, like having to walk around with my gun while I'm walking my dog, because I don't know what these fucking people are capable of. Like, I'm very suspicious of people. I don't like or trust 97% of people. Like, the people I'm cool with is the people I'm cool with. So, and like with all these shootings and shit, like, you just never know who's gonna do what, man. So it's crazy. So yeah, so he's got a faster internet now, and I'm thinking about maybe upgrading my shit, but I think it'd be like a whole ordeal because they got to take out the old satellite dish to put it in the new satellite dish, and you got to like pay the installation. I don't know if I want to do all that. I don't know if that's something I want to fuck with. So we'll see what happens there. We'll see what that does. Hey man, what are you doing? Sorry guys, my dog is just walking around. What's up, man? Dude, you slept all day and you have not been in the cage at all, and I'm trying to keep you out, man. So what's going on here? All right. You saw the whole screen just rock? That was my dog hitting the door, or hitting the little leg right there. So yeah, so it's crazy. Where was I? Oh, so he's got faster speed, and I'm thinking about upgrading it, but it becomes a whole thing. I think I'd have to pay for like the reinstallation process and all that other shit. Like, I'm fine with what I got, man. Like, it's serviceable. It'll work for me. It's not really a thing that I have to do, but I get like, I'm very spontaneous. I have like a bad spontaneity where like I'm thinking like, okay, I gotta do it. Like, I've gotten better as I've gotten older. I've gotten more responsible. Like, I used to buy shoes when I didn't necessarily have the money, so like I'd pick and choose. Like, yo, am I gonna be able to eat this second week in between the paycheck, or am I have to go buy these kicks? But as I've gotten older, obviously more responsibility, having this house, the dog, the chickens, my wife. I probably should have said that in a different order. It's just kind of how it went down. So my wife, the dog, the chickens, the cats, the property, having to like cut trees and figuring out how you're gonna spend your money with the tax return. Like that used to be like, oh, let's travel. Now it's like, oh, we gotta paint this house, man. Like it becomes a totally different thing. Adulting fucking sucks, man. Like you get all this extra cash, but it's gotta go towards responsible adult shit, and that's not fun. You guys hear me like messing with my dog? All right, man. Don't start, because you bit me hard as shit last time, and mom thought I hit you, which I didn't. I just flicked you. That doesn't count as a hit, right? If you flick a dog, that's not a hit. And it was like with my pinky, bro. It just sounds crazy because the way you smack him, it's not the way his skin is made up. Stop, man. I'm trying to do a podcast, bro. You want to record? You want to get in here and record? Huh? Okay, I didn't think so. All right, so yeah, man, let's get into the rest of the show. So hopefully this old white guy doesn't pop up on my property again. Only other time that's happened was like some Jehovah's Witness, but they knock on everybody's door. And they were like some older, frail white ladies. I mean, I wasn't scared. Any older anything, I'm not really scared. But anytime somebody pops up unannounced, my spidey senses go up, man. I ain't fucking with that shit at all. Let's see what's next on the agenda here. You see that shit? The transition? It just kind of slid over to the... It slid over this way. There we go. Slid over that way. So I'm going to talk about this again, man, because I'm super hyped about this fucking fight. I'm super hyped about Masvidal Diaz. It's just gotten more and more intense. And they're not talking shit about each other. Just utter respect. Like yesterday, George Masvidal had like fans of his like sparring for his warm-up. You know what I mean? For his little open workout. That shit was crazy. They stopped the last one kind of early. I didn't like that at all. Not like it wasn't getting real. Like these are kids. Like they were just fucking around. But that was cool. And I just looked at the weigh-ins or the face-offs today. I didn't realize fucking Johnny Walker's fighting on this card against Corey Anderson. Possible 205 title implications. You have Kelvin Gastelum fighting Darren Till. You have the Black Beast fighting some guy that I don't know who they are. I'm sure he's good because they're not going to give Black Beast to nobody. Even though last year I think Black Beast fought on this he fought Daniel Cormier, and Daniel Cormier out wrestled his ass because Black Beast can only knock you the fuck out until next century, next decade. Like when Derek Lewis hits you, Black Beast, you're gonna know you just got hit. See my dog's nose right there. You're gonna know. Like you won't know because I don't know if you get hit at that with that level of power. If you'll know you got hit, or like somebody will show you, because like is that moment when like it just clicks off, like you're just asleep. Like is that how it happened? Like I don't know. I don't ever want to experience it. I don't want some. Just tell me, like, describe it to me what it feels like. I've been knocked out before. Not by anybody. Not to be egotistical, just haven't gotten into that many fights. I kind of, like, walk away from where I win or whatever. But, I got knocked out. I was playing baseball. I was like, probably 12 or 13. Playing pickup baseball with a bunch of my friends. Some of them ended up playing, like, semi-pro or pro ball. And I'm pitching because we're fucking around, and I catch a line drive. I don't catch it, my head does, straight to my fucking face. I'm out. I don't remember the pain. I remember just like this. You hear like this snap, and you're asleep. That's it. This like you've been hypnotized, and the guy just said, "Hey man, this is what's about to happen." That's been the only time. So I guess that's what it feels like. But when you see a fist coming at you or don't see it, and then the next thing you hear is the crowd going, ooh, if you're not stiff as a board or having a fucking seizure. God, that's so cold to say it like that, right? Like you're just having a seizure. I'm sorry. That's brain trauma, man. I shouldn't be making light of that. That's fucked up. But yeah, man, this card right here, this fight is one of the... I've probably been more excited for this fight than any other one. Like the Stipe Cormier fight was cool. that fight was good, but I wasn't as excited for it, right? It was like a surprisingly exciting fight. Ended up being like a 4-round war, and Stipe ended up killing him with body shots at the end, and my dog just hits my fucking table. Like I said, he's gonna make cameos, guys. This is what it is. All right, you gotta make podcasts happen. You gotta put out content, and sometimes you're gonna get a dog have a cameo, even though if you can't really see him because he's not that tall. He was supposed to be really big. He was supposed to be like a bull mastiff, like a 200-pound dog. That's what they told us when we got him. Ended up being that he's just a pit bull with a little bit of black mouth cur in him. That's where he gets that golden color. If you follow me on social media, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah. Yeah, man, this card is crazy. I'm probably gonna watch every fight on this card. Maybe not the prelims, because there was a couple guys that didn't know. But this is a really good card. I mean, it's New York, man. It's Madison Square Garden. They're gonna bring the heavy hitters, and of course you bring a Derek Lewis to get the crowd hyped because they know what he can do in a fucking heartbeat, even on the last second of a fight. That's gonna be a really, really good fight. It's gonna be a really good card. I don't know like I said on the last podcast, man, on the video podcast, I am not picking a winner on this fight. I like them both. I'll never pick against Miami. That's just not who I am. The Jorge Masvidal is where it's from, representing the 305, represents my favorite team, the Miami Hurricanes. I'm not fucking with that, man. And Nate Diaz is Nate fucking Diaz, bro. The guy's a warrior. I don't give a shit that they have double-digit losses. I don't give a shit that they've had bad losses. They've had bad decisions. I don't care. These guys can whoop everybody's ass that you know. Every single person, bro. Every single one. Straight up. I'm talking about a straight up fight. Not like some bitch shit like you gonna pull something out. No. You throw hands with these guys, they whooping your motherfucking ass, man. And that's just what it is, man. UFC 244. I'm hyped, baby. I'm fucking hyped. Hyped. Sorry, guys. I don't know where that came from. What's next, guys? Oh shit. Saturday is a sports adventure of a fucking time. It's a rivalry. It's a rivalry of two bad teams this year. Don't even give a fuck what FSU's record is. I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't give a fuck. I just know Miami's not playing well. We haven't scored much. Our offense is subpar, bad, boring, vanilla. What else can I say? Bah. Like it's not a good look. It's not a good look this year. I expected better, but then again, I realized that I am that irrational fan with this team. Not that every year we're going to win the national championship, but I expected us to be more competitive in games, not to be having to fight back to barely lose to 1-5 teams. I'm not going to go into the referees and all that shit. Like all that stuff is excuses, and it's unacceptable when it happens. Obviously, when it's clear as day, like yo, that's clearly holding. But it's not why we're 4-4, right? Like that's not the main reason. Like in these games, we should right now we should be 7-1. Honestly, against the teams we played down to our competition, made constant mistakes in the worst possible moments. We gave up a fake punt. Our defensive back just watched the guy run by him. Like that shit has happened. I'm not gonna call his name. He's a kid. I'm not gonna do that because it's not. I'm not even gonna put it on the kid. This is a culture. Like this is the last 18 years of mediocrity and losing to teams that we should beat. Yes, we have a couple 10-3 seasons. Yes, there's some 9-4 in there. Those are good games. Those are good seasons for other people, not for the University of Miami. That's cool for like a Wisconsin. That look what we can do, but we got national championships on our record, man. We got them on the wall. We have Hall of Famers in the pros. We have Hall of Famers in Canton. Like it's a different level here, man. It's a different fucking level. What we've done the last 18 years is stressful. And I didn't really realize it until this year. And I survived the 44-0 Virginia ass whooping, the fucking 58-0 Clemson whooping, the 38-3 Clemson whooping. I was still riding with it. But it took these, because those were better teams. When you lose to fucking Georgia Tech 28-21 against a team that had one win, that lost to nobodies, like I think it was like the Citadel or William and Mary, just schools that like are gonna put out great doctors and lawyers, not NFL players. You lose to them and they beat you. Like that's highly unacceptable. I'm not fucking with it. But anyways, off that tangent. We're playing Florida State. This could be a game that turns the season around, man. We could end up a good 8-4. Am I confident? No. Am I supposed to go watch this with friends and family? Yes. Do I want to? Yes and no, because I don't do well when we lose. I'm a terrible loser. I'm a terrible sore loser. I don't know what he's doing down here, but he's getting into something. Should have gave him like a chew toy. Yeah, so random interruptions from my dog. But yeah, man. Do I want to pick a winner? Do I want to pick a winner? Honestly, don't know. We're playing at Doak Campbell. It's a rivalry game. You know it's going to be close. Two average teams. Sorry for all the sound effects. These are my thinking noises. Do I want to pick a winner? You know what? Yeah. Jaron Williams is starting. Maybe he'll be a little bit more accurate. He was solid against Florida besides holding on to the ball too long. You know what? I'm going to go with Miami 20. Florida State 17. It's going to be close. It's going to come down to if it comes down to a field goal though. Oh my God. Just had to bury my head in my microphone right there. We don't have a field goal kicker. We're down to the third string guy. I think he was in calculus or in pre-law the week before. This guy named Camden Price. Because Bubba Bax is dead. He has zero confidence. Not dead actually, man. That was rude. He's not actually dead. Oh my God, my dog just farted. Hey, bro, that's unnecessary and uncalled for, man. They're lucky they can't smell this. I would lose all my subscribers right now. All my listeners would stop. You hear me? Sit down, man. Jesus. Whew, my eyes are burning. All right, guys. I don't even, I'm be honest with you, I don't even know how to give you a clean segue into my next topic, but yeah, the kicker is suspect. Super, super suspect. It's super necessary that we have a good game, man, because obviously we're not going to fire Manny Diaz. That's not where we're at. But there's going to be some changes in the offseason that has to happen. This team has underperformed terribly. The defense has looked lackluster. I didn't want to make this like a bitch session about the Hurricanes, but they've just let me down, man. It hurts. And I don't want to bash the kids because they're kids. These are obviously high level athletes that are more accomplished than anything that I've ever done. 100%. Let's get that cleared right now. But they've also let me down with the coaching, man. That's what's been so weird. The whole hype they had me in the offseason is all bullshit. The propaganda got me, bro. The propaganda got me. Try to say that shit 3 times fast. The propaganda got me. All the new Miami, all the hype videos, and the transfer portal, and the great tweeting by Manny Diaz. All that shit had me. And 4-4 is what we are. Maybe 5-7 is what we'll be. Who fucking knows? Louisville's not going to be easy. FIU is going to be tough, just because and we're playing them at their field. You know what I mean? Yeah, it'll be mostly Miami fans because that'll actually be a closer game to their stadium than where they play at now. But we almost lost to fucking Central Michigan, bro. We lost to Georgia Tech. I'm not confident in any game. I don't give a fuck what ESPN says. Man, what's the last topic of the day? Oh shit. So if you've been watching the news or watching anything, a couple weeks ago, or probably a month and a half ago now, California passed a bill to start paying their college players, right? I've always said and thought that college players period should be paid. Obviously, they're not going to be all paid the same, right? Men's soccer isn't going to be paid the same as football or basketball or anything. But the NCAA makes $1 billion a year. In 1 month, in March Madness and all those tournaments, they make $800 million. They don't pay any fucking taxes. That's just shit. Where does that money go? They should 100% be compensated, man. The schools, I think I saw some stat when Johnny Manziel was at Texas A&M, he brought in, because his marketability, he brought in $150 million. that he saw none of. Right? I can't even and Johnny Manziel did that with no national championships. Imagine what Tim Tebow did to Florida. Imagine what, and Tim Tebow was against it, right? Against playing the college because it ruins their amateurism, bro. But there's kids here. There's kids that or at that time probably played 12, 15 years of football. Injuries, all that stuff I piled up. Yes, they chose that, right? But in any other profession that you choose, you don't choose it at 5. Are you really choosing it at 5 just because you're good at it and fast? Like, what? I don't understand. Like, yes, there's gonna be people who argue. Like, I'm sure my boy Danny's gonna give me his counterpoints, which I'll have a podcast with him this upcoming weekend. Not this one, but the following one about this, probably about this shit because he's the forever counterpointer guy. That's not a thing, but devil's advocate. Like, they should 100% be played. But the thing is, it's not just about the people playing on Saturdays that take up an entire day from fucking 9 a.m. till past 1 o'clock in the morning if you stay up and watch the West Coast games, right? Like, it's about the women's soccer team that will be able to afford more meals and get their nutrition in. I mean, yeah, like, that sounds stupid, right? Like, oh, Ben, you're just trying to prove a point. Like, yeah, but dude, like, there's sometimes the best sport in a certain college isn't football. Sometimes it's volleyball. Like, the University of Hawaii, they had a couple players for a couple years, but their volleyball team is amazing. Like, and they need notoriety, and you put money into it, you're gonna get better and better players, and you're gonna realize that there's more and better athletes out there than just the ones that dedicate. Once they see that as an avenue, and they're able to have college behind it, like, they should have. If they bring money into it, why shouldn't they be? If they bring money into the university, why shouldn't they be able to take money out? Explain that to me. Like, the NCAA's been taking money from these kids for years, for decades. Like, so they just got to be okay with it. And on the greedy side, if this brings me NCAA football back, I'm all fucking in, bro. I don't like Madden. I don't have an NFL team that I care about. Don't give a fuck about it. But you give me NCAA football 2021 with whoever the fuck on the cover, I'm buying that shit ASAP. I'll get the expensive ass version and let that shit proceed out to the players. Dude, like, you have players like Willis McGahee who destroyed his knee, right, in the national championship game. Yes, still had a hell of a career in the NFL. But what about the guy last year from UCF? Destroyed his leg. You think he's gonna go to the pros? Then what happens to his career? Right? Oh, but he got free college. Yeah, I mean, but that's not the dream. Like, you don't play football to get free college. Sometimes you do, like, because you see it as a way out. But your main focus is football. Every kid you know, that 98% of kids you know that play college football are mass communications. They all can't be journalists, man. They all can't. So yeah, they should absolutely 100% be financially compensated for what they bring into the colleges, because the colleges are financially compensated when those 5-stars sign to that school. Have you seen the money that Alabama has? They have a treadmill that you could run in, that as you're running puts what, like, it's a fucking water tub. Like, it fills up and you're running in water. What the fuck is that? Like, you think Nick Saban did that? Or the national championships that those players brought? Clemson and insane indoor facilities. These are public schools, right? So that means the public is financing these schools. Nick Saban is the highest paid person in the entire state of Alabama. Dabo Swinney is probably one of the highest or top 5 people paid. And his kids are the ones that give him that dominance. You think he could do that with 3 stars? The kids do it, man. Yes, the coaches make the calls and all that stuff, but the higher level of talent you get, it gets a lot easier to call that dive play. So I don't want to hear shit about it. Obviously, I do, because it's a conversation that was stupid and arrogant. I apologize. You could obviously come onto the podcast and tell me your opinion as to why you think they shouldn't be played, or leave a comment. You know what I mean? Text me if we're friends, and that's all good. But for right now, this is no offense at all. But fuck you. I think they should be paid. Every single one of them. Obviously, it'll probably be like a tier system, because the number 1 quarterback isn't going to be played the same as the 18th person on the lacrosse team. You know what I mean? But maybe that team doesn't, maybe that university doesn't have lacrosse, or it doesn't have football, right? There's tons of schools that don't. Maybe they have lacrosse, or maybe that lacrosse coach, captain, whatever the fuck, should absolutely be compensated, man. They should 100% be compensated. And maybe this kind of leads a little bit into like some free college, man, because we should have free college too, yo. Like if the state pays for that college and we're paying taxes in the state or having an income tax that pays in that state, why shouldn't we have free college too? That's not an entitlement, man. If we're paying into it, we should be able to get it back. All right, guys, that's the podcast for the day, man. You know what? Hold on. Bam. All right. So I hope you guys liked the new setup I got here for the video. If you guys are listening to this on Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, fucking everywhere, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I'm everywhere now, man. This is little by little growing. I'm getting closer and closer to 100 episodes. That's kind of been my goal since the very beginning. Obviously, that doesn't mean that's where it stops. It's just getting to 100 after all the hard work I put into this, man. All the hard work I'll continue to put into this. I just want to say thank you for taking the time to listen. And catch y'all next time, man. Peace. Thanks for listening to the Man Chatter Podcast with your host as always, Ben Borges. Till next time, peace.